I love it when we have a good case study for you guys, and boy do we have a case study for you today. This case study is a year in the making, so we're super jazzed about sharing it to you. We really did rank for a very competitive term in 38 hours, and we're going to show you exactly how, some comments on about how things are getting indexed a little bit more quickly on Google now and how you can take part in that. But first, we've got to harken back to the video so you can get some context for what we're about to share. So you and I have made a secret YouTube channel that we've told nobody about except for our Project 24 members, so that we don't get an unfair advantage of all you guys swarming that channel and making it look like it succeeded faster than it really did. So we made it totally incognito. We just started putting content out there, and in 13 weeks, we were already to $850 a month.
It's a lot less, it's a lot less than a year. All right, so about a year ago, we started that YouTube channel. It is called Backfire. We did announce that on this YouTube channel once before. We talked about it much later, and we really didn't see a boost of traffic, which wasn't the intent anyway, but it's a very different channel than this one. So it's grown very, very organically over the last year.
Yeah, we went a long time before we told anybody about it so that we could get a sterile case study, and then once it was to a certain size, it stops mattering. Now, quick note, please don't turn the comments political. Yes, this channel is about shooting sports where we live. Everyone is involved in shooting sports and hunting. It's a part of where we live. If you live somewhere else or don't like it, sorry. Please don't turn this political. There are people in Project 24 who have sights on things that we don't agree with, and we can still be friends.
We started making these cartridge profiles. The second one that we made a video about it. We made an article about it. We posted the video, and within 38 hours, the #1 ranking video on the Google search, we're not talking about YouTube, on the Google search, was our video. Just for the search term 30-06,
which
is the most popular hunting.
It's like, that is a big term with a lot of companies that would want to rank for that. And it's the #1 video result showing right on the search, not on YouTube, on the actual Google search. And that video box is right up there at the top. Just right under Wikipedia is that video right there. That is awesome. Can you imagine if you could write blog posts and 38 hours later it's going there? Well, let's talk about that next. So we also have done this with blog posts. We did this with, we wrote a blog post called "What Dirt Bike Would Dwight Schrute Drive?" And no one is actually searching for 3 hours. Yeah, no one's searching for that. But in 3 hours it ranked #1 because there was no competition. It was the only result. And so you say, big whoop, right? It doesn't mean anything. And you're right. Sometimes I hear people saying, well, I ranked #1, but it's like, okay, but
for what?
Is it sending traffic? But I would say this. I keep seeing larger sites that are successful. When I'm just Googling things anecdotally, I'm seeing regularly those big sites are getting articles to rank very, very fast. Like I'll see, whoa, that's 2 weeks old and we're on the SERP for this. Something that's not newsy. And so once your site is a certain size, I am seeing some things starting to rank pretty quick right now.
It's just so cool.
Show me the money. Let's talk money. This is exactly how long it took us to get to a full-time income. Here's our revenue breakdown of every single month. Now, interestingly here, we sucked at monetization here. We did a bad job. Turns out we have a company to run, and this was a side project. But just from YouTube ads is almost all of this revenue. We did a couple affiliate things. We have 24 other things we just never made the link for because we're trying to run a company. But it's incredible what this has done from revenue. Keeping in mind, this is in the shooting sports industry where ads do not do well. YouTube really limits monetization. And still 13 months to a full-time income, and their trajectory looks pretty dang awesome.
Okay, the next cool thing about this case study is what happens when you pair that then with your blog. We've talked in that video where at the beginning of the year we talked about you know, how we would hit $1,000 a month as bloggers, and then what happens if you do YouTube, or even better, a hybrid approach. That's what we've started to do with Backfire. So we started a new website called backfire.tv. It has on it, what, like 4 blog posts, less than 10 total pages of content on the entire website. But 2 of those blog posts are cartridge profiles for which we made a video. One of those videos was that 30-06 one, and the other one also did extremely well. But all we did was say, make sure you go check out the cartridge profile on backfire.tv.
And instead of, we did have a link in the description, but almost everybody came from, we just put up a strip there that says, Google 30-06 cartridge profile, backfire.tv. So we were feeding them so that we had an army of people giving good signals to Google to help us to rank quickly, organically as well.
That website is less than a month old, but in the first 30 days of its existence, it is on track to hit.
Hey guys, Andrea here. Jim and Ricky actually recorded this video 2 weeks ago before they went on vacation. So the numbers they're about to share with you, while they're good, they're even better now. So I'm going to update you throughout.
45,000 page views. How many of you have a blog that did that?
That is awesome. So those of you who love to fact check everything we say, we bought Backfire.tv a while ago, but there have only been any content on it for a couple of weeks. Now we really want to build up the blog here as well, and not just the YouTube channel. And so now we've reached out to our audience. We just created a page that says get paid to write for Backfire. And I'm doing the search analysis already. I have quite a few articles already, and we're going to have that audience be the writers to create it. Now, many of you may be wondering, why don't you just send it to your creator studio? We have an office on the other side of the state of people that just write for us, college students. We're not sending it over there because this is kind of specialized information. It's not something that you could just research in 30 minutes and then write on. It's a big subject and people really get into it, and so we didn't think it'd be a good match for outsourcing in that way. So instead we're going straight to our audience, and holy cow, we have experts who have already applied.
I've seen some of those applications.
Impressive. Next fact is that there have been 11 years of combined watch time from all the views in the last 30 days on Backfire. So if you want to total up as many watch hours as our audience has had, you'd have to sit on that chair for 11 years watching our videos and live. It's crazy. This channel is just exploding in views, and again, they're pretty simple. The videos, again, we're doing a lot of other projects that are more important to our company. This has been a side thing, and it's incredible what kind of audience Google is handing people through YouTube right now. I have said this maybe 5 or 6 times on this channel, and I just wish I could shake each one of you and get it through. Like, Google is handing out the audiences the size of primetime television to regular Joes, and that audience will not be there 4 or 5 years from now. The competition on YouTube will, 10x over the next few years. If you want to start on YouTube, now is a really good time.
Google is clearly trying to deal with competition. They've been pushing those web stories to try to compete with the Pinterest and that kind of content out there. And now they're clearly trying to compete with Instagram and TikTok with shorts, short content, vertical content, right? That's what some people are really wanting to see. And so we decided to test that out. We weren't sure how they were going to do. You made a short, took a lot of time. It was very well edited, but it was in a vertical format and it was under 1 minute long.
58 seconds long, this video. It was an afternoon project to make. 160,000 views to an under 60-second video. The other cool thing is, what I was nervous about is you've seen that box on the YouTube app, the stories and shorts where these are showing up. I was nervous that, will people actually subscribe from there? Right. Yeah, it drove 500 subscribers already to that. The other cool thing is, I said that video has 160,000 views. We created it, did okay with our audience, died for a while, and I thought, not that good. But it took a little bit. 2 weeks later, it starts climbing, and just yesterday, it got 35,000 1,000 views in a single day, and it's like 2 weeks old. So they're definitely working on that algorithm to get it to show up. But shorts are huge. In fact, we're going to make 2 today because we're liking the shorts format. They're definitely performing.
Another really interesting thing about this channel, we talked about that revenue growth curve. We've talked about just how many views that we're getting on that channel now. But earlier this year, again, because we have a company to run, we decided that we were going to set this project aside. And for a period of 5 months, we published either 0 or 1 video on the channel.
Per month.
Per month, not per week, per month. We let the channel grow extremely cold. Really, we weren't even sure we were going to pick it up again. It was a cool case study. We got to those, got it monetized. We got to $1,000 a month pretty quick. And we thought, okay, cool, case study done. And then we picked it back up. So if you look at that 13-month time frame and hitting that full-time income,
5 of those were basically wasted months.
which on YouTube is practically
bad.
like starting
You don't
over.
want to do that. And so that really is wild. The fact that we could get to a full-time income in 13 months and we essentially took 5 of those months basically off, that's pretty nuts. We also created a page on Backfire.tv, one of these cartridge profiles, which you should go check out. So in the last 8 days, one of those pages we created has no link to it and no mention. The only way a human being could find it right now is by going to Backfire.tv, clicking around into the menu, and then getting to it. In the last 8 days, that post has 1,600 views to a brand new blog post. The audience from YouTube is loyal and they're eating up what we're creating there, and they're going to the website and scouring through it. Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Interesting thing about that, 26% of that traffic has come from Google organic search according to analytics. So again, what's happening is people are like, they're typing in, Backfire.tv 30.6 cartridge profile. Some of them are typing in Backfire.tv 270 cartridge profile, hoping that we've created it. I did the Google searches. If you just type in like 270 Win cartridge information, any of that, like it doesn't even show up. It's too new, right? But you have to type in exactly 270 Win cartridge profile. And if you add in Backfire.tv, it's gonna help even more. Like, it's not easy to find. And still, because we showed people in the YouTube video that they could find us that way, they're doing it and they're searching it. And what kind of signal do you think that's sending to Google? When they search that, they find our content and they click right on it.
Plus that 45,000 page views, now we need to turn on Ezoic. That's probably worth $600 a month from the ads there. And so the revenue here is nuts. You guys, I don't know what your goals were in 2020 for content marketing. Many of you have big hopes and dreams with it, and some of you didn't get there. There were kind of some distractions in the world this year. Make 2021 your year. We've proven it again. I don't know how many times we've started from scratch, clean case study, and we build up sites. Now we've done it again with a niche YouTube channel. Success is out there, you guys. You got to get out there and take it. So make 2021 your year and get an early start in 2020.